Hey guys, Ian here from Co-Career Today, taking that mindset of lack to mindset of abundance. Today I just want to talk about the difference between being smart and being intelligent. I mean, many people believe that being smart and intelligent are the same thing, but through my experience, I feel like there's a little difference. And these are just my thoughts. Take these for what you will, but basically, as I've experienced being smart, from what I can tell, being smart is accumulated knowledge. And as you go through school, yes, you get smarter. You read books, you do homework, you do all these things that test your brain. You put resistance on your brain and you become smarter. However, intelligence, on the other hand, I would say is more intuitive. Intelligence is something that instead of putting resistance on, you kind of take away the resistance and let whatever needs to flow. Intelligence is having faith and really not being restricted by anything. When we look at being smart, smart is that accumulated knowledge. And when you're a smart person, you're basically relying off memory. Whereas an intuitive person would let go of previous knowledge and previous thoughts, and the less ego and less resistance they have towards letting that intuitive guidance speak through them, the more they're able to bring about topics at a very efficient, really deep rate. Now, I don't feel like either or is better than the opposite, but from what I can tell and what I've experienced is when you're more intelligent, when you're an intelligent being, a lot of life stresses start to diminish. They don't go away, but they become less of a threat and less of a problem. Intelligent people know that they are internal. They are everlasting. They can always expand, and they're never here without there. They're never alive without the opposite. They're never alive without something else. And whatever that may be, it gives them leverage. It gives them something to lean on. And to me, that's almost just more reliant than being smart, because when you're a smart person, you're relying on your self-knowledge, you're relying on your memory and your previous experiences. Now, if you didn't have those previous experiences, you wouldn't have anything to lean on. And being smart is kind of an ego trait. Being intelligent is more of a intuitive, not like that, but more just like an earthly essence, and it kind of comes from the spirit. They don't ever conflict with each other. However, the less you give into being smart, the more intelligent you become. And I feel like that's vice versa. The more resistance you put on yourself, the smarter you get. I don't believe either of them are wrong or bad, but from what I've experienced, I think being more intelligent is just a more optimal way for me to live my life. I mean, I study biomedical engineering. I understand math and understand physics and calculus and chemistry. But from what I experience is, yes, I was smart in those things. I knew how to study and I knew how to achieve good grades. However, I knew that I would never be able to fill a cap. It would always be ever expanding. I always would be learning more and more stuff. And I got to a point where I'm like, well, there's no sense of me even going farther if I know that I'm literally never gonna hit like a peak. And for me, being smart was kind of just something to like impress people with, and being smart was just something that I could rely on if I needed to get certain places. But once I became more intelligent, I realized that we were trying to define something. We forgot that we took it apart. So with physics and stuff, we're taking all these things apart and trying to figure out what they mean. But I mean, I got to the point where we didn't discover math. Like we did not invent math, but it's a good way to explain our universe. And that, I kind of hit a pinnacle, like with math and stuff, and how I kind of view the world, because yes, you can take it apart and you can do all these things, but how is that going to affect your day-to-day life? Until you can be intelligent enough to start seeing the universe, not thinking the universe, seeing it, experiencing it, being it. That's when you become to grasp all that power that's been there, that you're trying to define. Intelligence is taking all the matter and all the things the smart mind would contemplate, and actually takes them in and experiences it. Intelligence is being able to step back and look at it with the open mind and give its grace and give its love, knowing that it's basically who made your mind, who made you. Everything out there, this beautiful background, my intelligence would tell me that's me. That's just another expression of me. And there's no way I can define that beauty. I'm never going to be able to tell you how that was created and the exact methods we use to create such thing. I'm never going to be able to tell you how I'm doing what I'm doing and creative and stuff. I can shift over to the smart brain and kind of explain how it possibly could arise, but I'm never going to get that true answer. And intelligence goes far into description. And being smart, yes, you can go very in depth, but there are places where you will end up in roadblocks. I mean, I think of all the cellular particles in like plants and stuff, but I'm sure there's far deeper roots to those things, and even deeper roots to those things. I don't think being smart is bad at all. In fact, I encourage you to become smart, because I know that there's a point where you're going to get smart enough where you're going to realize that you can't get any smarter ever, because the more knowledge you know, the less knowledge you know. And then you'll start to look at, well, why not be intelligent? Why not I understand this and then really let go of that, and then let it just arise naturally. Let it come through you. Know that it's already there. This is already here. This beautiful mountain in Sedona is already there. So why not I let that do its thing, let me do my thing, and let's share our inner connection so we can arise with the most beautiful answer there is. And that's right now. The answer is the living moment. If you're watching this video, that's the answer. As I'm looking through this camera, this is the answer. If I can become more grounded and whatnot, I'm going to be able to release myself and flow naturally with life, not resisting and being restricted by anything. Living in that moment, not being restricted by the present or the future or the past, being ultimately abundant here in the moment. And there's no way to ever describe that. So I hope you guys like this video. We're out here in Sedona, just a beautiful day. I hiked all the way up here just to make this beautiful video and meditate. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you later. Thanks, guys.